Oop. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to Rise and Write. I am Chloe, and I hope you guys got some words in while I was taking care of stuff. Um, yeah, that worked out. Hey Rose, and hey Shadow, thanks for joining. Um, I'm I'm like prepping for baking cookies after this, and dealing with a writers group bullshit. I know I've mentioned this before, but I hate writing groups. They're like a necessary evil. That there are some really good writing groups. 20 books to 50K is super well moderated. So that group is amazing. I've left a lot of groups. I'm a NaNoWriMo ML. I'm basically a regional director, and I am not in their Facebook group because things are so out of control there. We don't, as MLs, we don't have any sort of power over that group. We're not like mods or anything. So, yeah, so I've left that group, and now I'm also in this little like Twitter DM group. Just so you guys know, in case any of you are curious about this and are not aware of this or don't, whatever, making a Facebook account, not a Facebook page. Obviously, this is a Facebook page is fine, but a whole separate Facebook account for your pen name is a violation of terms of services. Do people do this? Absolutely. When I say it's a violation of terms of services, I'm literally only stating that. Just so you know, it is a violation of their terms of services. You must be a real person. I don't remember exactly how they phrase it, but I don't know if they specifically say you can't have two accounts, but you cannot have a personal account and then an account under another name that is clearly not a real person and that real person has an account. I don't know how they police it. They do police it. I hear stories constantly, and that's why I tell people writers will do this, and then they'll have like a thriving community, and then Facebook will shut them down. And because they were in violation of terms of services, there's no recourse for them. That group is shut down. All of those followers they have lost. They can try to rebuild on a page or a group, but you're starting from scratch. That's why I warn people of this. Now, that being said, I don't know why I have to clarify this one, because I did. If you have a Facebook account and your name is not your legal name, that's okay. People put stupid crap in for their names all of the time. And certainly, if you were a married woman who is taking your husband's last name and you put your Facebook account under your maiden name, that's totally fine. Also, just so you know, I personally have a page for my pen name, but everybody has been saying lately that you don't want to do a page, you want to do a group for your pen name. I know that there are things that you used to be able to do with pages that you can't do anymore. I don't really do anything. I don't rely on social media for marketing beyond like actual ads. So it's not something that really affected me. But just so you know, if you haven't started anything yet and you're looking into it, if you're looking into having a Facebook presence under your pen name, you cannot make a new account because you are in violation of TOS. You can make a page, but what is recommended by most of the better writing groups these days is that you make a Facebook group. So that is my little lesson on social media. Also, when somebody says you can't have two accounts because you're in violation of terms of service, in response to somebody saying that your options are either to have an account with an attached page or to have two accounts, and then somebody says you can't have two accounts. See, so Shadow just said pages is best for marketing. I have heard pretty unanimously that is no longer the case. I don't know what that is. Oh, unless you're talking about literally running ads, because you do. I believe the only way to run ads is off of a page, which is the only reason that I have my page. Anyways, anyways, when somebody says your options are to either have your account with a page attached, or you can have two accounts, and somebody responds with, you cannot have two accounts, it's a violation of TOS, and then don't respond with, well, but you can have a page and an account. Yeah, that's implied by the fact that I said you can't have two accounts, but I said nothing about an account and a page. And certainly nothing I said there implies that you cannot have your single Facebook account under your married name. This is life in writers groups. You try to be helpful, but everybody's going to be a bitch. Okay, let's go ahead and get the next sprint going. That is my little mini lesson on Facebook today. And also, just please actually think about what people are saying and the phrasing that they're using before assuming that they're saying something else. We're going to go for the next 15 minutes. It is 10:23. That was a really long rant, but I guess that makes up for the fact that I was completely not here for the first 5 minutes. So we are going to write until, now it's 10:24. So we're going to write until 11:29. I will see you guys then. Okay, that is time. Let me know how you guys did. I definitely went down the research rabbit hole. I feel like everybody here right now is a regular. You're all regular viewers of mine, so you know I love hearing all about everybody else's research. Mine. So this is the aliens, and the alien in it has he's, I guess if we put them in terms of Pokemon, because why not? He's an electric type. He's covered in like a metal plating that conducts electricity, and it's pretty much how he runs. It's what his weapon is. He is not any sort of like AI or cyborg or anything like that. It's just like he naturally is metal. And again, like the funny thing is that like I've mentioned, I'm sure before, I do have a physics degree. Like this is absolutely something that I could completely right away, except that there are issues that are hard for me to logic out. And I also kind of suck at biology, but I live half the time with a evolutionary biologist. And I've got another friend who is a doctor of evolutionary biology. And I've got like friends who work for the CDC and stuff like that, like as obviously as in the biology, not like security guards or anything. So I do I can actually like figure these things out. And every once in a while at my parties, we will spend like 3 hours discussing mermaids just to come every single time to the conclusion that manatees, a mermaid would be a manatee, just of high intelligence. Anyways, hey Devin, thanks for being here today. So the whole point of this is I've got a character. I've got the metal character, and he is talking to somebody who is bleeding. Like there's just been an attack. He was in a coma. He's just been taken out of the coma, and he notices the scent of blood in the air. And I was trying to figure out if, because he's got this metal / electricity thing, if he would be more sensitive to that smell. Because of course blood does have that metallic smell to it and taste and everything else. So I went down a rabbit hole to figure out if there is an actual correlation there. Of course, blood does have iron in it, but like how, would it make sense? Because I feel like if your type is electric, then probably your sense of smell is not going to be a stronger one. And I do like to cripple my characters in various ways. So I know that a lot of romance authors will have like every single one of them be amazing and have all the skills all the time. That's not how I am. So I was trying to figure out if you would actually be more sensitive to the smell. I looked up the scent first to see like if the reason that blood smells like copper or like pennies is because, or just metallic in general, is because of the metal content in it. And it turns out that the scent of pennies, basically, again, pennies is the easiest one to go with because it's everybody knows exactly when you say pennies. It's not the metal itself, but it's a chemical reaction between the metal and your skin that causes it. And it's a compound that is created. So that's why, like, even if you're not physically touching them, you would smell it because that reaction has still happened at some point. So there's still lingering molecules of it. And they think that that's also why blood smells that way, is again, it's having that same reaction to your skin. It didn't actually say, though, like the articles I was reading, and I'm reading like scientific articles. I'm not just reading like Reddit or whatever. the articles didn't actually explain if the reason that blood reacts to skin the same way that copper reacts to skin is because of the metal in blood, or if it's something else in blood. I don't. Yeah, so that was a dead end. And I said, okay. When I was writing the search, it also, I typed in, why does blood smell like metal? I also got the suggestion, why does blood taste like metal? That is absolutely the iron content in it. So for a second, I was like, this might be right, or this might work, that like the reason he can smell it better is because of the metal in it. But then I did a little bit more research because, I have to know absolutely everything. Blood is only as conductive as like dirty water is, because the iron is within, I believe that was the hemoglobin. So it's insulated basically. So you don't get any extra conductivity for the metal that's in blood. You just get the conductivity from the impurities in blood, just like impurities in water, because like regular water is more conductive than any sort of like distilled or purified water. So also science fact for today. And there's no reason that he smells the blood any more than anything else, other than, if he's got average human smelling capabilities, then he's just smelling blood like any of us would if somebody was injured. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our next sprint. Also, I love, Shadow, that you were teaching your youngest how to cook eggs. Nobody ever taught me how to cook eggs. So I'm a really good cook, and I always have been. But things like scrambled eggs and pancakes, those real basic of things, I couldn't make until I was in my 30s, because nobody taught me how to make them. Okay. So we're going to go for the next 15 minutes. It is 10:46 on the East Coast. So we're going to wait until just past 11. Okay, we are back, and I am fuzzy, and that's okay. Let me know how you did. Also, I've got a huge lag between StreamYard and YouTube right now. So, there goes my camera at least. So let me know if I am doing something weird, and I'll see if there's some way. I don't know how to fix this, but you mess around and you try to get it. I'm just like, there's like a 45-second delay, which hopefully is just like a fluke, and I don't need to worry about it. Yeah. So, and like I keep looking over at YouTube to see if there have been any comments for this yet, but like the timer still isn't up yet. So of course there's no comments. The timer just went up on that, and that was a minute ago. So yeah, I'm having a massive delay. So also if I don't reply to you in a timely manner, that's why. I got some writing done. Oh God. Shadow only got one word. But oh, I see. You've been reading through out loud like last night. Yeah. So you've edited. As you have edited, you have added a single word. Yeah, no, as I edit, it's always negative words. So I can't quantify it for that. I'm actually drafting, but again, like I had that. My plan for this morning, as I mentioned last night, was to actually rework the plot on this story some before I write it. But I wanted to at least get this one scene written, and I don't know. I keep getting distracted by like that chunk of research that took way too long, and also I'm making cookies today, and I mentioned this last night, so I apologize for repeating myself to those of you who heard it already. One of the cookies is a cappuccino crinkle, and it calls for instant coffee grounds, which are disgusting. I've used them in baking before as a cake decorator at a grocery store. So I know exactly how gross they turn out in baked goods, and I refuse to do it. So right now I just made a double espresso in my Keurig, which, I mean, it's kind of I don't know if you actually call it espresso or not. It's definitely not as strong as an espresso. It works. It's just not quite as strong as like if you went to a coffee shop and got espresso. But so I got that going, and now like part of this last sprint was me putting it on the stove top to simmer to reduce some of that water out of it. If you're ever doing anything like this, so obviously if you're baking, you have to make adjustments if you're switching something from a dry product to a liquid. I got lucky and I do have meringue powder. So this recipe called for 2 egg whites. I'm going to use meringue powder, which is dried egg whites, and the water content for those will be made from this espresso. So I am reducing it now, but it's not like I can bring it to a boil like you can with a lot of other things when you reduce them, because it's coffee. And of course, if you're a coffee drinker, you know that burnt coffee is disgusting, or you're somebody who likes burnt coffee. My roommate loves burnt coffee, but you recognize that it is not something that most people want their cookies to taste like. So I'm going to start making those at probably around 12:30 today. Eastern, and I'm gonna have this simmering until then, and basically make a coffee syrup out of it. Coffee syrup is in a coffee flavored syrup, not a syrup that goes in coffee. Yeah, so that is my plan for that. It looks like we are at our next sprint, and hopefully I will actually make progress with this. we are going to go for the next 15 minutes. It is 6 past the hour, so I will see you guys at 21 past. time is up. Let me know how you did. I'm still writing this stupid scene. I'm now regretting that decision to write the scene before I outline the rest of it. Because now I'm thinking of like how to use what I'm writing now in other scenes for greater chutzpah. I don't know. And then like I definitely zoned off for a while in that sprint, thinking about how I need to do the next couple of things. I mentioned before that I have this issue that this character, I had initially designed him to be in a coma for 8 weeks to kind of jump the timeline. And then I didn't do that. And so now I'm like, do I put him back into a coma? Oh, right, because he's in the previous book, which takes place during that 8-week period, and he is an awake character for it. So I'm now thinking, like, do I put him back in the coma? I can justify that. In which case I can kind of, I don't know. I put myself in a weird situation. It is what it is. Am I still massively behind? Yes. I'm at 20 seconds left on my timer on the YouTube, like what you guys are viewing. So if y'all are commenting anything to me right now, I have no idea, because my world exists 2 minutes before your world. And I feel like this is actually like a really good way to prime yourself for writing any sort of a weird time travel, or like, was it 5 minutes? Nicolas Cage did this movie years ago where he could see into the future like 5 minutes, which is one of those things where like, it sounds real dumb. The movie was not great. It was just like a rando Nick Cage. I feel like his job was like as a magic performer or like psychic in Vegas. I don't know why I get that vibe. That he was like able, because he could see into the future 5 minutes. But you know, it's like what, like an X-Men that has like a real crappy superpower, but like somehow gets their moment in the sun. If you wanted to write a story like that, live streaming on YouTube from StreamYard or from OBS, because I've done both, will give you a good idea of what it's like to be somebody like that. Because I constantly exist in that sort of world. Yeah, it's a weird thing. So it's also like makes me feel like I'm starting sprints too soon, but I'm not, because you guys get things. Yeah, you guys just get things 2 minutes after I do, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. So today, I'm going to be, once this show is over at noon Eastern, I'm going to be moving my equipment out to the kitchen, and I'm going to be live streaming cookie baking. It's going to be the like mixing portion of it, because my kitchen does not do well with computer equipment in it. I tried to do something on the stovetop the other day, and that failed terribly. It turned out I have nowhere to mount my camera there. So I'm going to be making cookie batter, and then I'll also be baking, while I'm doing that, because that's how that works. So I'm going to be doing that on Twitch, because, we can't do our usual Christmas things. I can't bake cookies with friends or anything. So I'm going to be live streaming it on Twitch. I feel like if nothing else, it's going to be kind of a zen thing to watch. Also, I'm making at least one type of cookie that I have never made before, so there could be disaster. Woo! It's going to be on Twitch. It's also going to be on my actual YouTube channel, like the Chloe Alice Balkin one, which I don't even know how to invite people to that channel. Like nobody subscribes to this channel because I don't really use it for things until like I just started to post my videos on. I don't think I honestly have no idea how to share this channel. How funny is that? Um, that's so weird. Anyways, it's under Chloe Alice Balkin, and it's my pineapple logo. Um, I see like, holy crap. This is that me trying to talk and do something at the same time. I know that there is a share button, but I'm not seeing it. So anyways, now I'm like doing that zoning out thing. Sorry. I try to like talk and do stuff at the same time, and clearly I am fully incapable of that. Oh, good grief. Oh. So, anyways, I guess if you just hunt me down because I'm not technically smart enough to do this right now, it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and get this next sprint going because I have just like completely screwed up my time again. We're going to go for 15, and we are going to go ahead and start it now. I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. Okay. That is the end of that sprint. I am going to cram one more little 10-minute sprint in. I apparently rambled more than usual and missed all of my times on this one. Also, during that sprint, I don't know how y'all did with your productivity. I finished up Christmas shopping. It is, it is what it is. I thought I had finished. Oh, God, I'm not finished. Damn it. I thought I had finished. I thought I literally only had one person to actually shop for. And in all fairness, I do only have one person to shop for. But I got him what I was going to get him anyway. And then I knew what the other thing was going to be. So I wasn't stressing about that because that was just like a trip to the store, nothing NBD. And then my mother texted me. Oh no, I've got two people to shop for. My mother texted me saying that she was sending me money and part of it was my Christmas present and part of it was meant to be used for presents for Ken, my roommate, and his mother, who's kind of like as close to a mother-in-law as I am ever going to get in my life. So I had to figure out a whole other gift for Ken. I definitely got kicked out of a bookstore. I want to know that story. Give me more details. So I just had to do the send the links to my friend to order his presents because we share an Amazon account. My friend shares an Amazon account with her husband, so I do the same thing for her. And one of my other friends shares her Amazon account with her father, so we just did the same thing for him, or for her, yeah. So I just sent her those two things. However, I have no idea what to get his mom. And unfortunately, that means that it's going to be some bullshit like box of chocolates because I don't know. And the other thing is that usually if I do some bullshit box of chocolates, then I would rather get it from an actual shop that I walk into that is making the chocolates there. But where we live, this is really weird. We have no chocolatiers in this area. I don't get it. I'm in a very large suburb of Atlanta, which is a city in its own right. And I've got that very nice Main Street city square thing near me where there's usually always a chocolate shop. And for some reason, there just isn't here. Which means that I'm going to have to do actual driving, which I haven't, farther than the grocery store, which I haven't done, October. I did drive into the next city. I drove into Kennesaw the other day to get Ken's other Christmas present, and that's it. So yeah, it's the holiday season. It's always a mess, but I've gotten real cozy not having to leave the house. And that other gift that I had to get. Hold on. This is my friend texting me, verifying which color I want. There we go. Okay, so the other perk to when I had to drive to the next city over, which is Marietta or is Kennesaw, and by next city over I mean they touch each other, and it's I probably I could tell you exactly how far I drove. I drove 6 miles. Also, it was to a sub shop because I got him a gift card for a sub shop. But I know that sounds like a really bad gift, but trust me when I say it's a great gift because it's the best sub shop ever. Sub shop. So when I went up there, I had the added bonus of getting myself an amazing sub. So it was also for me. Plus, I got like a $5 gift card for getting him a gift card. And the sub that I got was BOGO, so I actually got 2 subs. I got all of this: a $25 gift card, a $5 bonus gift card, and 2 subs that are both about $10 a pop because they're expensive but worth it, for $35. Okay. This is our last sprint that we are going into. Again, if you guys, and we're going to do a 10 because I ran a little bit long. Like I mentioned before, I will be back in about a half hour doing cookies, my Crafternoon show, which will not be broadcast on this channel, will not be on Word Stitch, but it will be on my Twitch channel, which is linked below. And also it will be on my personal Chloe Alice Balkin with the pineapple logo, that YouTube channel. I try not to flood this channel with stuff that does not have sprints. Okay, so I will see you guys in 10 minutes. Good luck. Get a little bit of work done. Okay, time is up. That is it for today. I used that 10-minute sprint to figure out that last thing that I needed, the Christmas present for my roommate's mother. It turns out that there is now a chocolate shop. It is not at the square where it should be, but we've got, so the Braves Stadium is right down the street from me. It literally used to be walking distance, or it would have been walking distance where I used to live. We moved before they built it there, but it's like 3 miles down the road. And they've got one of those like walking shopping areas. I know that there is a correct term for it, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but like an area where cars don't go and everybody can just walk around and you can like have open beverage containers and all of that. And there is a candy shop there that purports to have the world's best pralines. I have doubts, but that's where I'm gonna go. So I got to figure out how to park down there. I've only ever been down there for concerts, and of course, with that, you take a Lyft or an Uber because it's not even for me. It's not even alcohol because I don't drink, but I just don't want to deal with traffic trying to drive in and out. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Not today though, because today I'm making cookies. So I'm going to go get set up for that. And again, I'll be back on in about a half hour. Not on this channel though, on my Twitch channel, which is linked below, and also on my private YouTube, which is Chloe Alice Balkin. So if you guys want to zen out to some cookies, you're welcome to watch. You guys have a great day, and I will be back on this channel tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time.